It's been 30 years since a group of LA rebels turned the chaos of the '92 riots into Grammy gold and a worldwide movement called Ozomatli. The three-time Grammy Award-winning powerhouse band is renowned not only for its electric sound, but also for breaking every rule in music and politics. Born on the front lines of the LA riots, this band of locals have triumphed in almost every genre, blending cumbia, hip-hop, R&B, funk, and traditional Mexican, lighting up stages from Boyle Heights block parties to the Kennedy Center. They are known for using their music as a bullhorn for change, especially for immigrants under fire. And now, with crackdowns and ICE raids terrorizing their communities, they again are making their voices heard. During the No Kings protest, Ozomatli was out in the streets, playing their music, saying the band won't go silent.
Oh, thank you, Ozomatli, for holding it down for 30 years.
Doubling down on their musical mission to bring hope and resistance to communities facing hate. And as they embark on their nationwide tour, Ozomatli proves music can heal and inspire unity when communities need it most. Ozomatli, louder and prouder than ever, not backing down. They are today's LA story. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a really special edition of LA Stories. I'm Giselle Fernandez in Boyle Heights at the Ozomatli Studios. I'm here with 3 of the original 6 members still with the band. Will Dog Abers, who's on bass and does amazing vocals and considered the heart and the conscience of the band. And funny man Ulysses Bellows called Yuli. He's on sax, clarinet, and vocals, and keyboards, also sings. Yeah. And the teacher of the band, Raul Pacheco, who is on guitar and vocals. 30 years, guys. I mean, when you think of the milestone that you've reached, what does it mean to you?
We've survived a lot. It's great. It's fulfilled a lot of dreams for us.
And you guys are 3 of 6 originals.
Yeah.
What does that feel like to have a core group still at it and still growing?
It's rare and special.
Do you feel like brothers?
Oh, we are brothers.
Yeah.
Is that what it feels like,
It's a
Willie?
family.
It's like a family.
Exactly.
You guys are a family here. I mean, 30 years, that's a generation, and you have young fans, and you have now their parents and their grandparents.
It's really what the power of music is. And, you know, the fact that, you know, we came out of I'll call it a rebellion, not a riot. You know, the power of what community can do, and also the power of how music can support community. It can bring out really great art, you know, and when people come together for something bigger than themselves, it's really powerful.
Real revolutionary style of music and the blending of different genres that you guys put together over the past 30 years, cumbia, Mexican, R&B. I mean, you did some fusion that no one was doing at the time. How important was that to you from the very beginning?
You know, a dream come true. Our music, it sounds like a compilation of the world, really. Everybody was saying it's never gonna work. A 10-piece band, you know, with horns and not one front person, you know, is never gonna work. And here we are 30 years later. Not only is it working, but it's provided our dreams even outside of the band. It's just amazing because of just being a part of Ozomatli.
I mean, not just, you know, Boyle Heights and the backyard gigs, but Santana, Superstition, all the amazing artists you've worked with, but also the biggest stages, the Kennedy Center, big arenas. You've reached so many diverse audiences. Are you surprised by that?
I think it's a huge surprise to being able to play these huge, prestigious stages and then visit so many countries around the world and be exposed to cultures that, if it wasn't for this band, I would have never been there. You know, Madagascar, Mongolia, we played in Ulaanbaatar. It really confirms, gives you validation to what you do.
We see ourselves in the people wherever we're going in the world. Like growing up in LA, it's a world passport already. You want to go to Korea, we'll go to Koreatown. You want to go to India, we'll go to Artesia. Like, we've been there already. Yeah. Like, when we show up in a new country, I feel like we've already been there, and that's what LA gives you. So we see ourselves as a citizen of the people that wherever we're going. So we're not separate. And I think that coming with that ideology and like being on stage in front of people, people can feel that wherever we are.
What are you most proud of, Yuli?
The medicinal quality of music.
I remember when we were touring with Santana, and Santana would be like,
you know, when we play music, man, you're manipulating molecules,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
You know, and all this stuff,
I've
man.
heard him talk
you know,
like
the
that.
angels and whatnot. And you'd be like, yeah, you know, I mean, he's like our padrino, he's our godfather. Yeah, I hear you, Carlos. But in a lot of ways, it's true because people will come up to us and will say things like, I had a very traumatic accident, or I went through something crazy in my life, and your music helped me get through it. As a music fan growing up, I could relate to that. You're just like, yes! It makes it all worth it in a really profound way.
That's why you do what you do.
That and the money.
When you think of the Grammys you've won and the world stages you've been on, is there a favorite album, like a favorite child, or
It always changes. Right now we got a new song that's coming out.
Redline? It has particular poignance for this moment in time. Why?
That song is really focused in kind of giving props to the working people of this city, the people who need to get on the bus for 2 hours to get to another part of town, to do some of that work that was seen as often less than. You know, we see that, a person who does that with a lot of dignity. We want to promote that. This song is for them, and it's really about how that often unseen population right now is one of the populations being attacked right now in the cultural and political environment. And we want to kind of showcase them and point them out and really tell them how much we appreciate and love them.
You want to sing me a few bars a cappella?
Oh, man.
Do
I
it
gotta,
on the spot.
what is it? Plenty running water, not always heated. We shared a lot at the table. We got what we needed.
One more line.
Yeah.
Just one more, here we go.
We're rolling streets as a child, nothing but fun. We gotta do this next one.
Yeah, you got to.
The headlines in the news, keeping us on the run.
Yep, that's.
Oh my God, I love you guys. The privilege of a lifetime. I love it.
Yeah, unfortunately, in some ways, it's kind of sad that some of the things we were protesting that long ago are still relevant now. Immigration rights, women's rights.
And a lot of the things you're fighting for today, you've been fighting for since the very inception. When you see your community being targeted by these ICE raids and the rhetoric and the demonization of Latinos particularly and immigrants, how does that impact you as artists?
We got to do something. We got to do something right now. And that's the urgency in the situation. And I think we all felt it. And immediately when the raid started happening, what are we gonna do? Who are we gonna play for? What protests are happening? Where can we show up? It really has turned into something really ugly that I've never seen in my life.
Well, wait, you were here during, 87.
187,
You
yeah.
were here, during Bracero programs. And
Right,
sure.
Uncle.
how is this different for you, and how does it then inspire you to do what you do in a
For
different
me,
way?
the one big difference for me was that I've never seen military vehicles driving through my neighborhood with full-clad people dressed like they're going into combat. One of the more cynical situations that that was in my neighborhood was they raided this house in Huntington Park looking for this guy. The guy wasn't even there.
Yeah.
The name on the warrant was wrong. The only person in the house was a pregnant woman with her 4 kids. They busted in there like if they were looking for Osama bin Laden, terrorizing the kids. And then Kristi Noem shows up for a photo op. And the level of cynicism and just political theater, it really angered me. And it made me feel like, this is what we're doing now. This is how the country is. And placing the blame on this community and terrorizing this community. Are we really chasing day laborers in Home Depot in broad daylight and tackling them and beating them up? Is that where we're at right now? So in some ways, I'm trying to use my anger as a tool. Like I think Joe Strummer used to say that. Use your anger as a weapon, as a tool to try to push things along and hopefully bring, light to this, because you can go crazy.
Yep.
After 30 years, because of your messaging, standing up for the community, what do you think you mean to the community?
I hope that we give inspiration to the community, and I hope that they realize that we as a band has always had their backs. I hope that they know that our hearts are here. Truly, our hearts are here.
That's always in my mind. Like, what has Ozomatli done for the community lately? It's more about like, what can we do and what more can we give? And that's what it's always about for me. And being a part of something that's bigger, you know, being a part of a movement that's really trying to change stuff, you know? And that's what we want to be a part of.
And that's always been at the heart, what drives all of you?
I think so. You know, we're representative of these communities in LA that we're from, and we wear that on our sleeve everywhere we go.
Well, what people say about Ozomatli, among many things, they love the music, obviously, but they also say that you inspire solidarity and you stand up for them in really divisive times like we're in right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're going to get into a band that was born from protests 30 years ago when LA Stories comes right back. Welcome back to LA Stories, everyone. We're here with the iconic, the legendary Ozomatli. It's not just your music, it's what you've done for the community, and I want to talk about that because you were born from protest. Downtown LA, the LA riots.
Yeah.
And you guys end up fighting for the rights of immigrants, fighting for better wages for the Conservation Corps. Politicians weren't getting as progressive as you wanted them to be, and so you did a strike, and you ended up with the building.
We did.
Well, that's where Ozomatli was born.
That's where it was born. We're working for the Los Angeles Conservation Corps. We went on strike, started a union legally. We ended up holding a sit-in in our building. We had a 1-month standoff with the Conservation Corps and police. We ended up, through mediation, getting rights to the building. And we started a cultural community center dedicated to arts and inner city youth. And we named it the Peace and Justice Center. And to raise money for that center, that's how the band came together.
Where did you get that sensibility? Obviously, you were a kid that had real social justice fueling your veins, right? But where'd you get that?
My parents were very, very left-leaning growing up. They were revolutionary. That's where it came from.
And you all kind of were of that same ilk? You had that same passion?
My aunt was an activist. Even my grandmother. For me, it was normal to kind of care about those things and to have that history in you.
And when the LA riots broke out, you wanted to make sure that the music had a message, always?
For sure. My mom was super into politics. I mean, in the sense of being a local activist, my mom helped bring down the whole Bell scandal. It instilled in me that I wanted to do something that would be bigger than just, you know, me.
And a lot of us grew up admiring bands that were political
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
The Clash, Fishbone,
So many
Fugazi,
bands. Dead Kennedys, and like Bob Marley, James Brown, Fela Kuti.
As ambassadors for your communities, I mean, you're also on a world stage now where you are introducing the world to Latino culture, to music, to community in ways that never had reach. I mean, how important was that to you?
That was great to kind of like be that kind of a surprise, to kind of break some of that stereotype and to kind of show the complexity that often you don't get to see. We were happy to be in that space.
Your most like wow moment, like in 30 years?
God,
A lot of
there's a
them.
whole,
There's a
yeah,
lot
there's
of
a whole
many.
bunch.
Just
many.
pick
So
one
many.
that you'll always carry with you. You said, I made it.
I remember walking on stage with Santana, him being like, yo, this is a trip for me. He looked at me and said, I like the way you play. And we
God,
just
how
walked on
cool.
stage and
And that was like, wow, I made it.
playing in the first big gig in Europe where there was like 25,000 people out in the crowd. Playing at SoFi during halftime for a professional football game. There's a lot, and it's wonderful.
Is there a song that is your, like you think this is our signature song?
¿Cómo ves el cumbia de los muertos?
Yeah.
For me, like,
it's
Cuando Canto was important for me. At that point, I was going through a separation. My mother was dying. I was having to re-examine my own life in that moment. And for me, being a musician, being a songwriter, singing songs, why do I do that? It's because I want to make the world a better place. So, you know, for me, that's important.
I'm gonna throw Believe in there. It just goes to show you how international and kind of internationally influenced Ozomatli is. It started from a sample from a Qawwali artist named Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, and then we ended up hiring this chamber orchestra from, was it Poland?
Prague.
Or Prague, yes. We were being influenced by a lot of North African music and a lot of Arabic music, and so it's a culmination of all these different influences on one track. And I guess that's the one I picked.
I like Olele, I guess is cool just because of the mixture
love
of
that song.
music. Starts with like Afro-Cuban, you know, like 6/8 feel, and then goes to a swung hip hop, which literally no one had ever done at that time. That was the thing that separated us. We had like backbeats that like other countries just couldn't do, being American, you know, and playing this music. And at that time, that was like just a beautiful thing to show our version of that and mixing that.
Is there any greater hit when, you know, the audience goes crazy and you realize, God, we created this out of our own hearts and our own collaboration? Is that the biggest high in the world?
It's affirming.
Yeah.
That is a good place to take a break because you're on a nationwide tour. 30 Revolutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that when LA Stories comes right back. Welcome back to LA Stories, everyone. We're here with the legendary, iconic Ozomatli. You're on a huge milestone, 30 Revolutions national tour. What does this mean to you? We're still alive.
I mean, what does it mean? It's surreal.
It's amazing that people still want to pay dough to come and see you do what you do on stage.
Yes.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Why did you pick the name 30 Revolutions?
Revolutions around the sun and the 30 revolutions of what we want, you know, of change in the world. You know, whether it's here in LA, in Sudan, in Gaza, you name it, all these places in the world where things are happening that are very intense, that we feel that our music can be that medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that medicine? What do you hope that your music inspires in terms of change?
At this moment, people are searching for their group. They're searching for their tribe. They're searching for that sense of communion that we can all share joy in. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to bring at the shows, the coming together and the communion of the spirit.
Because you have used your music to fight for all of their rights, LGBTQ+, indigenous,
everybody,
farm workers.
everybody.
And when you see what's happening right now in the fields to the farm workers, people don't want to show up for work. Will they show up to your concert, or do you
If
worry
they don't
about
show
that?
up to the concert, we're coming to them.
Yeah.
And that's what we just did recently. You know, we played in Ventura County, super cool farm through help with UFW. We played music for the campesinos, and that was really soul fulfilling, you know?
Yeah.
When we go out and play for people, we want to remind people that there's room for you. No matter what you might hear outside of that, there's room for you, and we want to invite everyone. There's room for you here.
And that is something that you infuse in your music. I know you went to the No Kings March protest.
We did.
And we just showed up, empowering, you know, people there, making it more of a proud celebration, really, you know, bringing an encouragement to people that this is an issue worth being here for. It's an issue worth raising your voice for. What side am I on? I am on the side of the have-nots. I'm very proud, and that's a choice I'm going to make no matter what. So I'm there for that.
Do you fear retribution for speaking up and standing up for your community?
I fear being silent more than anything. Yeah, I'm more concerned about that. Yeah.
Same.
I'm pretty sure we've been on the list for a minute. So
Yeah.
at this point, what can you do?
I mean, we need the young people to lead,
Yeah.
really. And also, we need bigger artists. We need, you know, where's Taylor Swift?
We need the Swifties.
We need the like, imagine the Swifties.
The
get involved
Aussies
in-
and the Swifties.
Yeah.
We get the Swifties. Oh,
That's
game
on.
changer.
We're winning.
Game changer.
You're going to continue to speak up and stand up for this community.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no choice.
it's painful to see, it's hurtful. Diversity is amazing and beautiful, makes life special. And each and every one of us is different, regardless, even if we're all from the same place. So how can we amplify that and really get that message going and let people know that's the side we're on? And we're showing up for that.
And that's the power of Ozomatli. It's beyond, it's unmeasurable what the spirit of this band can do.
To inspire and to promote love. We got to bring about the love in a different way.
What does the next 30 years look like for you? I mean, you guys are still young.
Thank you for saying that. We're still in it. We're doing our thing. We're not stopping. We're the older generation, but at the same time, we've always been that band that wants to give the younger generation the opportunities.
Yeah.
Well, not only to younger generations who will continue to march on in your footsteps, but to generations of families who have been empowered and inspired by your music. I'm one of them. It's such an honor to sit with you three. I wish you the very
likewise.
best. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
all
much.
that you've done and all you will continue to do. You guys are Los Angeles, the best, the heartbeat of this beautiful city of angels. Thank you.
Thank you so
you.
much.
And thank you for watching another edition of LA Stories. I'm Giselle Fernandez. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.